Welcome to Crime with My Coffee. This podcast contains graphic descriptions and adult content. Mature audiences only, please.
Hi, y'all, and welcome to Crime with My Coffee. I'm your fabulous hostess with the mostest, June.
And I'm Suzanne. We're going to tell you some stories you've heard.
Some you haven't.
And some you'll wish you hadn't.
All with a Texas twang.
All right. Well, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Glad you're here. Glad you could join us.
Absolutely. And you know me, if you're here for the first time, go back and just pick one to start listening to after you listen to this one, and then just listen to all of them. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, we got plenty to choose from. Plenty to choose from. We're coming up on episode 200 before two gosh off along.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh wow! That's crazy.
This episode is like episode 168 or something like that. I think.
Wow!
Or almost 170.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow! Celebrate! Oh, sorry.
We'll have to do something big for episode 200. I don't know what. We'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
So
maybe another giveaway or something.
Maybe. So what's in your mug?
Well, in my mug, because I do have a new coffee maker. My husband actually told me, he's like, when can we have regular coffee? Because I've been making like all the different kinds of coffees that I have, that I hadn't been using in my Keurig or anything.
Right. Oh, by the way, guys, she got a new coffee maker that makes a pot of coffee or a cup. So
yes, it's a Keurig and a coffee pot all together, Keurig's on one side and the coffee pot's on the other. But so it's all one unit. So I don't have a coffee maker over here and my Keurig over here. It's all together and it's really nice and I really like it. But so I had just a little bit of Pinion coffee left. But it was only enough to make half a pot. And I was like, I don't want to make half a pot. So I put in some coffee that I got from you. It's the Toffee Treasure from the Bones Coffee.
Yeah, the Indiana Jones collection from Bones Coffee Company.
Yes. And I'm glad I did because that stuff is really sweet. That toffee coffee is really sweet. So I made a complete pot of coffee with half of that and half of the Pinion coffee. And it was sweet. Well, I kind of forgot about it being so sweet, the toffee coffee being so sweet. And I put creamer in it and it was way too sweet. And I was like, you know what? I can probably drink this black. I tried it. I really wished I could drink black coffee, but I can't. So what I did is I just put like a spoonful, just 1 teaspoonful of creamer in it just to take the black coffee bitterness out of it.
Right.
Because black coffee to me is bitter. And it was the perfect amount because it was sweet, but yet it wasn't oversweet. And that Toffee Treasure coffee is amazeballs. It's so good. It smells like toffee when it's making, and it's good. So anyway, yeah, that's what I have in my mug. So what do you have in your mug today?
Nowhere near as adventurous as you. I have avoided adulting all weekend long, so I made me a big old pot of Folgers coffee this morning so that I could just drink all the coffee and do all the things that I've been ignoring all weekend. So yeah, today is drink the Folgers coffee with a little bit of creamer in it and clean the house day.
Nice. Now I can tell you I did go to the grocery store yesterday, since my husband's like, oh, when can we just have regular coffee? And that's exactly how he sounds.
Yes, I can attest. It is true. That is exactly him. I thought for a second that you had him on the microphone there.
There you go. So I did buy Folgers, but I'm going to try to make sure that I don't have Folgers when we record. That way it's not just regular coffee, So anyway, but I did buy regular coffee for him. So
But enough about coffees. I have an episode for us today.
Nice. Very sweet. I'm excited.
We are going to go to Strongsville, Ohio.
Okay.
Strongsville is a suburb of Cleveland. It was nicknamed the Crossroads of the Nation because of the intersection between the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad and the Southwestern Electric Line that connected Cleveland and Wooster, Ohio.
Wooster?
Yeah, it's even spelled Wooster, Wooster.
Nice.
So if it's not pronounced Wooster, they should spell it different, just like the Worcestershire place over in, what is it, Pennsylvania, New York, something like that.
Wow. Okay. That's cool.
Anyway, the Rockefeller family, yes, the super rich philanthropist people, they moved to Strongsville in 1853.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. The population in 2010 was about 45,000, and it was just a little over 46,000 in 2020.
Nice. Okay, that's cool.
So we're going to talk about Bruce and Melinda Pleskovic today.
Mm-hmm.
They had 2 daughters and a son. I believe their son was the youngest. Their son, he had Down syndrome and was also nonverbal.
Okay.
So, but I'm pretty sure he was the youngest anyway. I think both of the daughters were older than the son.
Okay.
They lived there in Strongsville, Ohio. Melinda was considered a pillar in the community. She was a middle school language arts teacher, and she coached the women's varsity soccer team. And one of the Pleskovic's daughters, we're going to call her Jenna.
Okay.
She began dating this guy named Jeffrey Scullin during high school. After graduation, they got engaged. They ended up having a daughter together.
Aww.
The Pleskovics wanted to help out the young couple, so they let them move into their basement rent-free so that they could save up some money to get a place of their own. Jenna was a waitress at a local Applebee's, and Jeff said he was doing some random part-time work. I don't really know.
Okay.
Well, everyone seemed to be getting along well with Jeff. Things seemed to be going great. Everybody was happy. Everybody was friends. And they were working on wedding plans together, because Jeff and Jenna are getting ready to get married.
Nice.
Jeff and Jenna had been living there for some months at this point in time when weird things started happening around the house. For starters, the Pleskovics started to notice that they had money come up missing. Started off, with small bills, and then it started to be larger bills missing.
Uh-oh.
And Jeff even told them that one time he was home alone and somebody tried to break into the house. He said that he saw an arm coming in through the sliding glass door. I think it was in the backyard, and he was like, "Oh my God," and he was able to scare the would-be breaker in or off and scare them away.
Wow.
Yeah. Random people were also seen walking around their yard, but again, lucky for the Pleskovics, Jeff is around and he's able to scare these people away.
Nice. Now, did anybody besides Jeff see these people? Just wondering.
I believe so. Not necessarily the attempted break-in with the arm coming through the glass door. Right. I think Jeff was the only one home for that. But I think the other members of the family did see them walking around the yard in such at random odd times that they shouldn't be walking through the yard.
Right.
Anyway, but the wedding plans are still, ongoing. They're still making all these plans to get married. Jeff's job was to mail out his invitations to his family and friends. And
mail me one too, because I love wedding cake.
She does love wedding cake, you guys. But he was supposed to mail out his share of the invitations and pay for the venue where they were going to have the wedding at. And the Pleskovics were going to take care of everything else.
Okay.
Well, weird things are still happening. Car keys are now going missing.
Wow.
Yeah, car keys are going missing. Alarms on their vehicles started going off in the middle of the night when everyone was sleeping.
Ooh, that's scary. I hope it's not a ghost because I would move the next day.
Yeah. Bruce even found nails in one of his tires once.
Oh my gosh.
The Pleskovics would call the cops after any weird incidents or occurrence happened. If they saw people walking in their yard, they would call the cops. If their alarms went off at 3:00 in the morning, they would call the cops. They were calling the cops. There was a record of all of this,
Okay.
But because the cops never saw anybody or caught anybody doing anything, there wasn't really much the cops could do except, write all this down on a piece of paper, file it away. And that's about it. That's all they could do.
Well, I mean, they could drive by more, I would think, since all this stuff is happening. I would think that they would just start driving by random times and, such.
And they may have. I'm not real sure. I do know that the Pleskovics didn't know why, but they were fairly sure that they were being targeted by these random weirdo creeper people.
I think Jeff probably brought Ghost into the house with him because, I don't think that all this was happening before he got there.
It was not.
Okay. Well, see, there you go.
Well, the Pleskovics also kept trying to get in touch with Jeff's family because they really wanted to meet and get to know their daughter's future in-laws. They wanted to be friends with them, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeff kept telling them, though, that would never happen. You see, his parents, he said, didn't even like the Pleskovics, like at all.
How can they not like them? They don't even know them.
Well, maybe they just think that the Pleskovics aren't good enough for their little Jeffrey boy.
Maybe, or they're just too high class. They, I don't know.
Well, a week or so before the wedding, Melinda got a call from the venue that Jeff had reserved for the wedding, and they told her that they were going to cancel the reservation if they didn't get paid. And Melinda said, "What? Jeff was supposed to pay this. Jeff said he paid this." And the venue told her, "Oh, well, he gave us his card information, or brought his card by or whatever. And we ran it and it declined it. And we've since run it 14 times in total. And it's been declined 14 times in total."
Oh, wow.
And Melinda said, "Okay, fine. Here's your dollars. Keep it reserved. This is where my daughter wants to get married at. I'll take it up with Jeff later."
Right. Oh, yeah.
Well, she also found out that not only had he not paid for the venue, he still hadn't mailed out his half of the wedding invitations yet either.
So he's just leaving his family out of it.
Evidently. So she had full intentions of confronting Jeff about all of this. The not paying for the venue, the not sending out his invitations, all of this.
Yeah, because, you got a week now, dude.
Yeah, exactly. On October 23rd of 2017, Jeff told Bruce and Melinda that his mom wanted to meet them for dinner that night so that she could pay them back for the venue. So, okay, maybe we're moving in the right direction now.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
But Jeff kept changing the plans.
God, Jeff, come on now.
I know. Right before Bruce left work to go to the dinner, he got a text from Melinda that basically said she would meet him and everyone else at the restaurant. Go ahead. Don't worry about coming by the house. She'd just meet him there.
Okay. Bruce
thought it was pretty weird because he said the text didn't really sound like it was Melinda that was texting him, but he let it go because, their son was, there at the house. Maybe she was busy trying to, get him ready to leave or whatever.
Right.
So he just kind of let it go and was like, I'll see him there. Oh, by the way, their son at this time was 17, 18, something like that. So, he wasn't a little kid.
Right.
But anyway, so Bruce gets to the restaurant. No one's there. He can't get anybody on the phone. And he's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So he just goes to the gym. He's got to blow off some steam. He's irritated and mad.
Okay.
So he goes to the gym. And then he gets a call from Jenna that says, hey, meet us at Applebee's. And he got several calls from Jeff saying the same thing, hey, meet us at Applebee's. That's where we're at. That's where we're going. We're like, there now. So Bruce goes to...
but you told me to go somewhere else, and I went, and nobody was there.
Well, I guess maybe he was thinking maybe he didn't get the update text that had changed the time, maybe.
It's possible. It's
possible. I don't really know.
Text everybody.
Yeah. So Bruce goes, meets them at Applebee's, but notices that Melinda's not there, and neither is his son. And he's going, that's weird. And he's getting a little worried because all during dinner, she never showed up. He wasn't able to get her on the phone. Jeff said he hadn't been able to get a hold of her either. So Bruce, eats his food with the quickness. He rushes through dinner and he starts walking out, and Jeff and the baby are walking out with him. And Jeff says, hey, I need to go get some gas for my truck. Would you mind staying here and watching the baby for a hot minute while I go fill my truck up and then come back and get her? That way, he doesn't have to get her in and out of the truck.
Right.
It's late October in Ohio. It's cold. I get it. I get it.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And I want to say the baby was like almost a year and a half at this time, 15, 16 months old.
Okay.
So, that's a hassle in and of itself, getting a kid that age in and out to go in and pay for gas, pump the gas, get her out again to go get your change, come back, put her back in. It's right. No, I'm with Jeff on this one. Can you watch my kid while I go fill up?
Well, how come Jenna didn't go with him?
Maybe Jenna had to start her shift.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I was going to say, because maybe.
Well, no, that's not true. Jenna didn't start her shift, and we'll get to that in just a second. So I'm not really sure. I don't really know. But either way, Bruce says, yeah, I'll stand here and I'll keep the baby for a hot minute. And so Jeff leaves to go get gas in his truck, and Bruce is standing there with the baby, and he's thinking, man, Jeff is taking a really long time to go get this gas. Like, I don't think you should take this long to fill up. I'm pretty sure I'm being stalled on purpose.
Oh, I hate it.
I know. So everybody finally gets home. They all get home at the same time. Jenna gives her house keys to Jeff to open the door. And Jeff says, hey, the key's not working. That's so weird. So they're finally able to get Jenna's brother, who was there in the home, to let them in.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody goes inside. They find Melinda in the kitchen floor in a pool of blood.
Oh, no.
Jeff and Bruce both grab their phones, call 911. Melinda was 49 years old. She was pronounced dead shortly after being transported to the hospital. She had been stabbed over 35 times.
Oh.
And shot 3 times.
What? It's a little overkill. I'm just saying, one or the other, not both, dude.
Her funeral was held on the day that Jenna and Jeff were supposed to get married.
Aww.
After her murder, all of the robbery attempts and the crazy things going on around the house just stopped.
That's so weird.
The police had been doing their behind-the-scenes police work throughout the week after Melinda was killed. They'd been checking out the alibis of everyone that lived in the home. They'd been searching, finding evidence. They'd been comparing cell phone records to the alibis that they had been given to either confirm or deny these alibis and everything else.
Yeah.
And on Halloween, just 8 days after Melinda was murdered, they called Jeff back to the station to talk to him. He told them no, he hadn't had anything to do with the murder. He'd gone to his aunt's house, stopped at a gas station, met the others at Applebee's, and then went home with them, just like he had told the cops before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't catch that?
You got gas before and after?
Well, he didn't tell the cops that he got gas after. He told the cops he got gas before. So maybe you did catch it.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe it was a long way, so he had to get gas twice. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe he was just saying that he got gas. Maybe he didn't specifically say whether it was before or after.
Maybe.
Because he did go to the gas station, or at least that's what he told some people.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, they asked him to take a polygraph test, and he said, sure, hook me up. Let's do this. Because I didn't have nothing to do with this.
Okay.
So he goes in, he takes the polygraph test, he goes back into the interrogation room, interview room, whatever, and the cops come back in, and they said, all right, Jeff, you took this test. Good job. Here's your failing test results.
Okay. Fail or not fail, it doesn't matter because it's inadmissible in court anyway.
Well, and Jeff told them, it doesn't matter that I failed. I didn't do this. Like, are you kidding me? And they said, look here, Jeffy boy.
Mm-hmm.
We have cell phone records that put you at the house during the time of the murder. We have the knife from the back of your truck with your DNA on the handle and her blood on the blade.
Yep.
We have security footage from the neighbor's house. Their neighbors had a camera that I guess kind of the edge of the camera view could see the Pleskovics' home.
Okay.
And once Jeff was confronted with all of this evidence, he broke down and confessed and said he had staged all of the robberies and all of the crazy things. He had done it. And he even told them that if they went to his dad's house and looked in this car that was parked at his dad's house, they would find the gun that he had used to shoot Melinda.
Oh my God. Why?
So they go and they search this car. And they find the gun, and they also find a pair of bloody sweatpants. The blood all over the sweatpants. The DNA came back as being Melinda's. And Jeff's DNA was found in the waistband of these sweatpants. He was obviously arrested for the murder of Melinda Pleskovic. He was held on $1 million bond.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
He did plead not guilty.
I think that goes without saying. Most people plead not guilty.
Well, his lawyers filed some motions to try and get basically all of the damning evidence thrown out, the confession, the knife, the gun, the blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, well, if they didn't do that, they probably weren't doing their job correctly.
All right. Well, their argument wasn't any good, though, evidently, and they didn't have any legal legs to stand on. And the judge said, I don't think so, Mr. Attorney Peoples. All of this evidence is coming in because he had been read his Miranda rights when he confessed. He told them that they could go search the car where they found the gun.
Exactly. He told them.
The truck where they found the knife was executed under a search warrant because they had gotten a search warrant after the murders and searched every vehicle on the property, blah, blah, blah. And that's when they found the knife. The judge said, no, all of this, every bit of it, totally legal. It's coming in.
Yep. There you go.
Once that ruling was made, Scullin changed his plea. He ended up pleading no contest to all 7 counts that he had been charged with. In 2018 is when he pled no contest. He pled no contest to aggravated murder, felonious assault, tampering with evidence, and child endangering. Because he had left the son, there at the house.
Yeah.
And it turned out that when he was murdering Melinda, he had his daughter with him there as well.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So he said that what had happened was Melinda came at him the day of the murder and was telling him that she really didn't like the fact that he had a gun in the house. Evidently, she had seen the gun or something. And she was mad at him for accusing her daughter of cheating on him. So he said they're arguing about all this stuff, and Melinda just went crazy and came after him. And when she did that, That's when he shot her in self-defense, and he must have blacked out after that because he absolutely does not remember stabbing her, much less stabbing her 35 times.
Okay, sure. No, but whatever.
He was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 33 years, and he will be 53, 54 or so when he is first eligible for parole. That's my case. It's a quickie. That's what I got for you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So he never gave a reason why he did this,
Other than the fact that it was self-defense, she was coming after him. No. A lot of people think that it's because she was confronting him about the fact that he wasn't paying for the venue. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. He wasn't pulling his weight. And so he got mad and killed her, hoping that she wouldn't tell, or hadn't told anybody else yet. And it would just,
disappear.
I guess maybe. That's what a lot of people think. Jenna obviously went to his sentencing and gave a victim impact statement and basically said, this guy's a jerk face and he should never get out again. I hate the fact that he's going to get a chance to get out, but whatever. He killed my mom. He killed my daughter's grandma. Like, he can just piss off and rot in jail forever as far as I'm concerned.
So why do you think now I'm just thinking, and believe me, I'm a chair detective here, but I want to say that this was probably, he was planning this. Why else pretend somebody's breaking in and all your car alarms are going off and blah, blah, blah? Is this to stage that somebody else did it, because all these other things happen to throw off. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, either that, because I also thought about that. I thought about, why was all this, breaking ins and, all that going on. Maybe it was so that he could still stay in their basement rent free with his girlfriend, fiance, almost wife, and their daughter rent free while he's not working and he's not having to pay any bills. He can still stay there because he keeps protecting the family and scaring everything off and all the bad guys away.
I mean, that makes sense too. I don't know.
That was what I thought anyway. Was the reason why all the bad stuff was going on. I never even thought about it leading up to a cover up or murder, because I really don't think the murder was necessarily planned.
That's true. I feel that did happen because she was confronting him on being a sleazeball and a non-contributing human in her home.
Yeah. And I think he lost it and was like, no, I can't lose my free meal ticket.
Yeah.
I don't buy he blacked out and doesn't remember anything after shooting her. No, that's a lie.
No. But I wonder if they could determine, and they probably couldn't because of so many injuries, but which happened first, the shooting or the stabbing? Because I'm sure with the stabbing that many times, there were some that could have been fatal, just like the shooting. So they can't determine.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I never read anything that said one way or the other about that, just that she had been stabbed. I read mostly everywhere said over 35 times. A couple of places just said 36 times. A couple of places said 35. Maybe 36, because like this one stab wound could have been one stab wound but caused 2 injuries.
Right. I don't know. So weird, but he's in jail. It's where he belongs. Not hurting my feelings that he's there. And I hope his parole is denied every single time.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Wow. So crazy.
But
so crazy.
Yeah, that's what I got for you this week.
Wow. Thank you very much. And I don't think that I've really ever heard of this one.
Really?
I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't.
okay.
I don't think I have.
I like it
So
when I
weird.
get you with one that you've never heard of before.
Yeah, I don't think that I've ever heard this one. So
I wonder
wow.
if you've heard what I've got in store for you next week.
Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, I'm
And
excited
I
to
feel
find.
pretty sure that you have not heard what I have in store for you for our Patreon exclusive this month either.
Ooh,
That one's a doozy.
even more exciting.
That one comes
Yes.
out on the 15th of this month, so be sure and tune in for that. If you're a Patreon member, that one's a doozy. She's gonna get so mad, you guys.
Uh-oh. I'm about it. I'm ready. Whatever it is. So, well, thank you very much. And thank y'all for listening. And y'all come back next week when we're going to have a new episode. And I guess until then, y'all,
Okay, bye.
bye.